Hi, and welcome to this video guide about the Dictionary of Scottish Architects website. The Dictionary of Scottish Architects is a really useful online resource for anyone intending to research Scotland's historic built environment. Essentially, it's a searchable database which contains biographical information and job lists for those architects who are known to have worked in Scotland between 1660 and 1980. And it allows you to search through it using various criteria such as name or location of an architect, a practice, a client or a building. So let's begin by navigating to their homepage, www.scottisharchitects.org.uk. The homepage gives you a quick overview of the website and includes a little information on the most requested searches on the left hand side. The menu bar at the top has various pages we can click on. The project pages provide some basic information on the dictionary's background, the sources that have been consulted, the history of the dictionary, and the team behind its creation. Essay Themes provides the context for the biographical notes as found within the database. Publications aims to provide a series of online booklets relating to the website's architectural biographies. But what we are most concerned with here are the two types of searches that the website allows, by architect and by building. So let's have a look at these, beginning by clicking on Architect Search. This will direct you to the search page. On the left hand side of the screen is a form where you can enter various search criteria relating either to the name of an architect or where they lived and worked. This is also an option to browse the alphabetical surname lists if you wish to. I'm going to search for the information on Sir Basil Spence, which due to his fame should prove to be a particularly good example. So I'll type in his surname and click on search. Now, depending on the commonality of the surname, you could get numerous results. Therefore, you may have to scroll down and find the architect you want. There are other bits of information included in the results list to help you, such as the architect's full name, their designation, that is, if they are an architect, a builder or an architectural practice, and their birth and death dates. If that doesn't help, however, you can always add more information to the search form and search again. So knowing that Basil Spence worked in Edinburgh, I will type Edinburgh in county and city and click search. As you can see, the results have shortened and here he is. Having found the architect that you're looking for, you can then click on their name, which will open their biography report. These can vary greatly in detail depending on the amount of information that is known about your architect. As expected, the page for Sir Basil Spence is exceptionally detailed, but not all architects will have such in-depth descriptions. Each report is itemised into a series of categories, beginning with some basic biographical details, such as the architect's name, their designation, their birth and death dates, and some biographical notes. That is, a brief chronological description of their life. It may also include some private and business addresses associated with your architect. Below this, there is a list of your architect's employers, employees and pupils. As many of these will be Scottish architects and architectural practices in their own right, they will also be hyperlinked, so you can click on their names and be directed to the reports if you want to. Further down you will see a list of people who proposed your architect for membership to the RIBA, that is, the Royal Institute of British Architects, and vice versa. Again, these names may be hyperlinked to their own reports. There will then be a chronologically ordered list of the buildings and designs that the architect was associated with. This table will include information such as the date each structure was started, geographical location, notes and the name of each building. These names will often have hyperlinks to a site report that describe the structure, the specifics of which I will cover in a moment. Beneath this will be a reference section listing various books and websites that contain references to your architect. This includes information such as the author's name, the date and the title of the piece, the publisher, and notes that often include information such as page numbers. Below these will be further references focusing on periodicals and archives. And at the very bottom of the report, there may be an image, a painting or a photograph of the architect. That's how you can search for an architect on the Dictionary of Scottish Architects. Now, if you want to search for a specific structure, close the report and click on the building search within the dictionary's menu bar. Like with the architect search, there is a form on the left-hand side of this page where you can enter various search criteria. For a building search, there are more options you can choose from, and it is a good idea to enter as much information as you can to narrow down your search. You can enter geographical locations, the name and site type of the structure, and who was involved in its construction, whether that's an architect or a client. If you don't know the full name of the building, just a part of it may do, and you may have to play around with the search criteria to find what you are looking for. For example, I want to search for Dolan Baths, which I'll enter into the name field. But when I click on the search, it says there are no matching entries, so instead I'll just type Dolan into the name box. I also know that the baths are located in East Kilbride, so I'll input that too in town and district to narrow down my search. Let's see if something comes up now. And there it is, under Dolan Swimming Baths. The results page will show you the full name of the site, as well as any alternative names, and will also include some basic location data. And if we click on the name, we will be taken to the building report. Much like with architect reports, the building reports are sectioned up, beginning with some basic site details, name, geographical location, and notes, which can often be very in-depth, and may include a basic biography of the building, any listing designations, its overall cost, and any awards associated with its design and construction. Beneath this, there may be included some alternative names, which can also be used in the name caption in the search form. Building type classifications and any street addresses that are associated with the structure are noted below these. Then there is an events section, detailing the date-based events associated with the design, construction and maintenance of the building. These may also include notes in which events are discussed in more detail. Further down we can see people who were involved in the construction and commissioning of the building or design. These may include architects, architectural practices, engineers and clients, and will be laid out in chronological order of when they were associated with the project. Many of these names will also have links to their own individual reports. Towards the bottom of the report, much like with the architect reports, there will be a list of books, periodicals and archives that reference the structure. Again, these usually include such information as author, date and publication, title, publisher and page numbers. Though there is not one here, there may also be some images at the very bottom of the report. So that's the basics of how to use the Dictionary of Scottish Architects website. If you have any questions about the dictionary or about Scotland's urban past in general, don't hesitate to get in touch. And thanks for watching.